I'll tell you the difference between a flat earther like myself and a glober. Like, there are so many of these people now on, it's the same people over and over again though on TikTok lives, and that just spat out nonsense. They have no clue what they're talking about. But the difference is, they are going to tell you, they're going to name like 3 stupid things, and it's going to be, oh, well, first of all, Aristophanes proved that it was a ball like hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago. He didn't. What he proved was, he actually proved the circumference size of the earth. Nothing to do with a sphere. Learn what the experiment was. That's off the table. Next thing they're going to say is, oh, but Galileo and Copernicus. Listen, Galileo and Copernicus, as far as I am concerned, they might not be real. They could be fictional. Why do I say this? Because Napoleon Bonaparte, who we definitely learned about in school, his most famous quote is that history is a set of lies agreed upon. So I'm wondering what history he's referring to is a lie and what is true. So that's also in question. Now, what I will say is, it's harder to prove that it's a globe than that it's flat. By doing your own experiment, it's harder to prove that it's a globe. Okay, so if you use NASA photos, well, NASA took photos. First of all, there is proof that NASA's Blue Marble, that was created. It's CGI. Okay, they admitted it. If you believe that the moon landing and all that, then I don't know. I'm at a loss for words for you. But if you're beyond that, then you know that NASA can't be trusted. Period. Can't be trusted. Why would you trust them? You're going to trust, let's see, what, SpaceX footage? SpaceX footage. I have seen footage now of mice running around on rockets in outer space. I've seen CGI glitches. I've seen enough. All right. The Chinese ISS footage is a laughable joke, okay? Hair-sprayed hair, ridiculous glitches, all right? All of the ISS, which is all the countries. And when people say, oh, well, you don't believe, I mean, Russia goes up there, China goes up there, India goes up there, you think they're all lying? They're all going up to the same, it's an ISS, it's an international space shuttle, okay? Spaceship, they're all going up there, international. So, yeah, I think they're all in on it. I do. And they're high-level members of secret societies. And I think, without saying the word, we all know what words I'm talking about. Okay? So, yeah, I think they're lying. And as for everyone else lying, I don't think everyone else is lying. I think either everyone else, a lot of people don't know, or the ones that do know, yeah, they're lying to keep their job. I mean, it's not like they're sinisterly lying. They're just teaching a curriculum. And that's it. They're told what to teach. And that's the problem with teachers nowadays, too. Back in the day, you could really make up your own curriculums and this and that. Now, with all these different tests and different MCAS and all sorts of crap, the teachers are forced to only teach a very strict set of things. That's it. You can't go off and start teaching your own stuff. If a teacher even brought up the flat earth, there would be parents calling the school, that teacher would be in front of the board that week. So yeah, I think people lie. There are plenty of people that know. I think a lot of pilots will gladly tell you that it's flat. And they understand this because at no point whatsoever are they going around a ball. They're not going around a ball. And when people are like, oh, gravity keeps it. Dude, stop it. Gravity is pulling the plane down around a ball. Bro, stop. It's funny, man. It's funny with the gravity, man. For every single scientific thing like gravity and all these silly theories, there's a perfect explanation on the flat earth model that makes way more sense. And it's not like none of the things either are like magical, like, because that's really what the globe is. It's magical. It's more magical and far out fantasy land than the flat earth. That's why I think it's kind of funny. When you like really learn the flat earth, it makes way more sense. So in that sense, it makes the globe earth like this ridiculous fairy tale story. Yeah, it's spinning thousands and millions of miles a year, billions of miles, never ending through the galaxy. We're just spinning forever and ever, looking at the same exact constellations forever. The North Star never moves. It's in the same position and has been for thousands of years. And when people say, oh, no, Thuban was. No, wasn't, dude. You can't prove that at all. There's nothing, there's no one, nowhere that says that. I'm sorry. I study the ancient cultures, all of them. The Mayans, the Aztecs, the Egyptians, the Babylonians. I've studied a lot of these cultures, and Thuban was not the pole star, buddy. Not to mention, all the constellations have always been in the same order. They're always in the right place at the right time. If we were endlessly going through a galaxy, it would be impossible. The odds are not even 0 point anything. So yeah, it's a total fantasy to think that you're living on a ball. That's why, like, you can't read comments and let comments help, curve your thought process. Because if you're going to read and be deterred by comments, you don't know enough, obviously. That's what that is. You're seeking other people's opinions. I don't seek other people's opinions on what shape the earth is. I don't need your opinion. I know what shape it is. I know for a fact. When you understand something and you know it for a fact, you don't need another opinion. I'll take other opinions on other things, but not on that. It's not spinning, Actually, here, I'll say this. Whether it's flat or whether it's slightly concaved, whether it's hollow, I don't care. But I'll tell you what, it is absolutely 1000% in my mind. It is not endlessly spinning through a galaxy. It is stable, planted, stable. All right. And that's what the ancient people believed. Every depiction of the earth from ancient civilizations, every one of them has a dome, which is where they got the idea to make it a ball anyway. From the ancient depictions, they used the top of the dome and the whole shape of the dome to add it into the fixture. And then they used the circumference of the earth and they created a 3-dimensional sphere. So I understand the process. And I also understand where school came from, school. Where does school come from? Okay. I understand where it comes from. I understand where the Board of Education comes from. I understand who invented it. I understand what they owned. When you start to put the pieces together, it makes a shitload of sense, yeah, that we're being deceived. But again, you can continue to think you're smart or know more than me about something. I don't really know what you know more of me about, but you know, like, that's the funny thing when these Globers, oh, dude, you're an idiot. You never heard of gravity? What do you mean, never heard of it? Yeah, I never heard of gravity. I didn't hear about gravity, bro. I'm 40 years old. I've been reading and studying this stuff for about 5 years, hardcore, writing books. I'm on my 4th book. So no, I never heard of gravity. I haven't ever. What is it? Can you help explain it to me, please? Who discovered the theory of it? When did they do it? Do you know any of those questions? What's the pole star called? Where was it? When was it discovered? By who was it discovered? Who is Tycho Brahe? Have you ever heard of him? Have you ever heard of? Let's see. I mean, there's just so many things that Globers don't even know. You know, how fast it's spinning, how fast it's going around the sun, how fast it's chasing the sun. All of these questions, they don't even know. How far is it to your vision, to your horizon? What's the distance? What's the curvature distance? How far a mile? How much curve every single mile? Like, there's so much information that Globers don't know. When they question me, and I'm like, okay, well, tell me, explain it to me. And they don't even know. So it's funny. It's like, dude, first of all, if you're going to believe something, at least learn it. That's why I don't believe in it. It's not because I don't know. Use your head. I don't believe in flat earth because I just don't know what the globe is about, okay? That's not how it works. It's that I know more about the globe than you. And I know enough to know it's the stupidest idea I've ever heard. It's ridiculous. It's nothing but a magic trick. Illusion. Alchemy. You should learn about it. They've been using it against us for years now. This video is my opinion, of course. And if anyone's interested in this type of information, I'll call it occult and esoteric because those words mean secret and hidden. And you can find it on my website, withthesun33.com. I love everyone. I just want people to start using their own head. I mean, stop. You know how many times, like, I'll be somewhere and I'll drop something, or someone will drop something and be like, oh, gravity. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Why? Gravity? Gravity, because something falls. It might have to do with the fact that it has weight and there's density and there's size to it. So when you drop it, it's going to fall. It might not have anything to do with gravity. Okay? When people talk about this stuff, they don't even realize that, 9.8 meters per second squared, at the rate of which things fall, that's an average speed. It's not what everything falls at. This is an experiment you can do. Drop something off a 4th or 5th floor. You'll see this with your own eyes. It's not at the rate of which everything falls. Like, people got to understand there are explanations for everything that make more sense, actually, than the globe explanations. So when you learn both sides and then you judge them, the flat earth one makes more sense, which is also why they actually, flat earth, went to court, flat earth versus global earth. It was a civil court hearing for money to see what could be proved, and the flat earth won 2 hearings in a row, actually. So in court, you can't prove a globe, okay? You can prove it's flat, though. So that's just what happened there. But I love you all and hope to see you at my website.